All right, so welcome to the January 2022 results meeting. How do we do?
Best month ever.
Best month ever. What do we end up with?
337?
344. So let's get up for ourselves. It was a great month. The previous group, I did talk about, Jazz and Jaylene, what they went through, and just really proud of the way they just were here. I just want to just acknowledge them for just being here because, personally, I haven't been through any that type of challenge in my life. But I did talk to some people who did to try to understand what they're going through. And they said that everybody's different, but what helps is having an escape, especially a productive escape, because there's different types of escapes. When things like that happen, some people turn to drugs or alcohol or eating, binge eating, and just different ways to escape. But there's different types, and the productive one is getting into religion or work or fitness, and getting really obsessed with something that's productive that just keeps your mind off of it. So I'm just really proud that they were able to be here, and I'm also really grateful for you guys for taking care of the office and also being there for them as far as all the things that you guys did for them, and just being able to have them come back to a place where we weren't falling apart or anything like that, and having their best month ever. Like, who doesn't want to feel like they're part of a team that's doing well? Who doesn't want to also feel like they're contributing somewhere? They're definitely contribute here. The agency wouldn't be the same without them here. People want to make a difference. People want to also, strive for that they're going for something, and the work provides that, in a way that we could, focus on all the troubles from what's going on outside of your life and be able to come to work and have a goal, and even if it's not getting there just a little bit, and so all the way over here, and even if you don't get here, if you're just still creeping up towards that goal, it gives you a sense of purpose. It gives you a sense of excitement in your life, and that's what I try to provide for them. I think just the understanding, the motivation is what I try to provide for them to, in a little bit of way, try to help as much as we can. And I feel like we did that, and I'm just so proud of Jazz and Jaylene. So let's just give it up for them for last month. All right, cool. So 344 is our best month ever. Okay, just 2 months ago was our best month ever at 320,000. So we definitely crushed that goal. January is historically one of the best months ever, best months for insurance. So last year, January was, at that time, our best month ever at 303,000. Now we have some, challenges also. We had Guidewire Policy Center. We're going through some of that right now. So even with that, we're still doing good. Contingencies, we're still doing good. So we're overcoming these challenges. A couple other things that's on my mind right now is that we want to get more leads. Okay, so we're going to do the video day. So that's going to be exciting. So that's going to be very important. And then, also the late shift is going to be something where we're not going to, like yesterday, Maria stayed till 6:30. So there was 4 of us on the phones, with quotes. So there's going to be some situations where I want to get the leads up, but then I don't want to not have enough people to close in the late shift. So right now I'm kind of going through that. So, if anybody could stay late, sometimes certain days, or I'm also recruiting, so that is a concern of mine. So just to keep that in mind, if anybody could help us out with that, that's going to be great. And then also, February, last year we did 303 in January, and we went down to 243,000. Okay, so it was a big drop off in February last year. I think a lot of that is because, we did a lot of the Happy New Year text, right? And that really helped us out a lot. Combined, it was 153 quotes we got, okay, from that. And then 13 sales. So we're not going to have that this month. Okay, so just some challenges on my mind here. So to do that, we got to get more leads. I'm always working on stuff to try to get it busy here. I'm going to make the magic happen. Don't worry. But so those are the kind of things we're going on my mind right now. All right, cool. So let's talk about our stand-up performers for the month of February and for January. We have 2 agents who had their best month ever. Anyone want to take a guess?
Diana.
Diana? All right, let's guess Diana. Okay, so the way she did it, we look at the stats there. It wasn't like she got more leads. Okay, it was her closing ratio really jumped up to 21%. Okay, so anything that you think might have helped that?
I just like keep now. Like I just really like it. Like just texting. It's just so much easier. Like following up the calls and stuff like that. Like,
So you do the follow-up text more?
like now I'm like I feel comfortable with it. Like that really helped me.
Okay, great.
That's very fun.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, 21% closing ratio. That means you're gonna get more leads. So be ready. So that's awesome. Great results there. And then we have another agent that had their best month ever.
Jason.
Jason. So let's give it up for Jason.
Jason.
28,000. Okay, this is actually his first full month because December he started on the 6th. So this is his first full month. So that's just great, results there. 111% attendance. Don't worry, if you want to work overtime, it's allowed here. He was like worried, like, do I have to leave? Like, no. So all you can work here, all you want to work here. 111% attendance, that's massive hours there, and then 3 life policies too. Okay, so a lot of great things happening. Our agency, really happy and grateful that he's with us and putting up big numbers. And again, everybody is a big part. Ashley, Judith, America, Ali, Jay, everybody, had to step up their game for us to have our best month ever. So let's give it up for ourselves. Speaking of America, most payments now. This is 7 months in a row for America. Not just the payments, tremendous customer service, the dependability, everything we could ask for somebody who's in her role. So yeah, let's get up for America for now, making it 7 months in a row. And then Ashley and Judith, I do want to recognize them one more time. Okay, they was busy. They were quoting. They were transferring. They were here when we needed them to. So Ashley and Judith again resulted in 157 additional quotes, 13 more sales from the old leads. So let's get up for them. And then we have our 3rd place finisher. We have Blanca with 51,000. Okay, that's her best month since January 2021. When it comes to her, the number one thing, the most important stat is 98% attendance. Okay, it was a month where, Laura was with Jasmine a lot of those days, and then Jaylene obviously too. So, the morning shift had a big void there. Okay, so and then somebody had to do the leads, and she was able to handle all of them with a very high closing ratio of 19%. Okay, just being here, opening up the office, we really needed somebody to step up their game this month, and Blanca really came through. So I'm really thankful for her. She has the potential to do that, and she delivered it really when we really needed it. So that's $5,000 in commission on her next check. So great month. Blanca is over 51,000 again. So let's give it up for her. And then Jazz was 53,000, second place. Okay. So yeah, let's give it up for her. It's just something where if she could have handled it so many different ways, and I would have been okay with any of them. Okay, she needed a whole month off, then it's 100% understandable. But maybe it's the escape that she needed, because her closing ratio was the highest it's ever been, 22%. So it was another level of escape. Like she really wanted to maybe get into the call and understand, just get lost in everything that's going on outside of work. Because I tell you guys every month almost, like she has incredible consistency. But this month, it's just the consistency is on a whole nother level to be able to do. I can't imagine what was going through, not only at the office but outside the office, the responsibilities she had as a leader of her family. With all the stuff she did, and to, still be able to do what she did when she was at work, at 68% attendance, still get to 53,000, closing ratio of 22%, still making $5,000 in commission. You know, that's added all up, and she did $62 an hour. So just professionalism, resiliency. I don't think there's ever a month ever that I've been more proud of somebody more than Jazz last month. So let's get up for Jasmine. And then we have a first place finisher with Laura with 78,000. Okay, I want to acknowledge Laura for just being there for her friend, you know, and doing a lot for her, just being there for her, you know, and that's what teammates are being a teammate is all about. So same thing there, you know, 83% attendance. You know, it's really weird because one of those months where, like, you know, I'm talking about all these numbers and it's like, at a certain point I was like, the numbers, why do we even care about these numbers? It's like, they're not even that important. Like, what's going on is like, who cares about these numbers? Like, what's going on right now? And there was points during the month I was like, I don't care about the numbers. But then at the same time, I was like, well, actually, the numbers are so important because that's what gives us a reason to forget about everything else. It gives us a distraction to be like, oh, let's try for that. Let's go for that. So it was a weird month where the numbers didn't matter at all, but at the same time, it almost meant everything because it gave us something to strive for. So Laura's numbers were, again, incredible. 83% of the time, but she was still number one phone calls made with 1,009. She broke the record for most hours on the phone with 50 hours and a half. So that's just being on the phones. Pretty much when she was here, she was on the phones almost. 10 business policies, 3 life policies. Still made over 10,000 this month. And her per hour average came out to $72 per hour. So just an incredible month. Again, Laura, for being there for her friend, but also being there for our office. So let's get up for her. All right, cool. So this month, I want to talk to you guys about insurance, sales, and customer service. And I need you guys' opinion on this, okay? So what we do as a profession, would you guys consider it hard or easy?
Mentally hard.
Mentally hard, okay. In what way?
You know, like you're persuading somebody with your words.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That can be a little bit hard.
Definitely. Sometimes if you get like a bunch of rejections in a row,
Yeah.
that can be mentally hard too, right? Any other perspectives, easy or hard?
I mean, it's easy. At least we don't have to push a molar. What is it?
It's easy
Long,
physically.
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Physically, it's almost too easy. You know? I mean, all I have to do is walk to the restroom. You know, because like some of the things like paperless now, like I don't even walk to the printer that much anymore. It used to be the printer in the restroom, now it's like just a restroom. So it's physically very easy, okay. What else, easy or hard?
I think it's hard because there's so many insurance companies, and it's just like
Competition, huh?
competition.
Okay, that's valid. You know, if like, hey, we got a little lower rate, kind of help us out there, right? You know, it would be too easy if we were the cheapest every time. But competition, pricing, you know, the contingency, those are things that kind of make it hard. Yeah. Any other perspectives?
It's easy because it's something that the whole world needs, or everyone needs.
Yeah. There's a need there, right? In fact, it's required for them to have. Okay, because people have different sales jobs. Yeah, that's a good one. You know, people have different sales jobs where you're literally selling them anything that they don't actually need at all. Like, you know, so, but you have to try to sell it. You have to do customer service for something that people aren't unhappy with the product. So if they need it, it's a lot easier to sell. All right, one more, easy or hard?
I would say it's hard in a way of getting the client to understand what exactly they're getting themselves into.
Yeah, it's there's
Teaching.
teaching or explaining, right? Yeah, it's not the most simplest thing. You know, because it's not something like here's a pen, like you could draw with this, here you go, this is $5. You know, it's like you gotta explain it like you can't see it, like, you know, here, like we're gonna do this and that, and I'm just gonna like email you. And I kept, you know, for that, you know, can I have your card number? So yeah. Okay. So here's some things I have for you guys. Okay. Reason why it's hard. So yeah, you gotta explain. There's some product knowledge too. You gotta understand the policy. Okay. You gotta study and get licensed. You guys were talking about that earlier. So there's a little bit of learning phase there. There's a lot of things to learn in insurance, so that can make it challenging, hard. Okay. It takes a little time to be good at it. Okay. Again, since you have to know the product, you have to understand the product and know the ins and outs of it and understand all these rules, so you'll be good at it. So not like some jobs where you could just go the first day and be like, okay, I know how to do this. So it's a lot of learning curve there. Okay. You have to be good at sales. Okay, the price is too high. There's a little bit of math involved. There's problem solving involved, and sometimes we have difficult customers too. So there's parts of it that's hard. All right. So why I think it's easy part, okay. So we talked about the physically easy. There's a lot of sales jobs where you're literally on your feet all day long and you have to wear dress shoes and you have to walk around and be like, hey, can I help you? And you're outside in a car dealership and you're just like running around trying to get sales there. Okay, so we get to sit here with AC on. So physically, it's very easy, right? Would you guys agree? Okay, we also help people. Okay, I think that's a big part of making it easy. Because there's different positions, different jobs where you're literally kind of like scamming people. Or it's easy on your conscience, this job. Because at the end of the day, you go home and you're like, oh, I protected that person, I helped that person. They need it, so we're not pushing them something they don't need. There's a lot of different jobs or some jobs that are illegal that you're like, very stressful, or you actually feel bad about what you're doing at the end of the day. So consciously, it's easy, and you're helping somebody, so that really makes it easy. Okay. You don't need a degree. You don't have to get in debt to be in this job. Okay, so that makes it easy, I would say. And then the schedule. Schedule makes it easy. Again, there's different, realtors or like car salesmen or different nurses or just different jobs out there that you have crazy schedules. We got a set schedule here. We work at a certain time. We get off at a certain time. Very good work-life balance. We have weekends off. We got holidays off. A lot of people in the insurance business are very family-oriented people, and that's why they like business insurance, because they have a set schedule, and it really fits well with being able to be there for your family. Okay, so what do you think I'm trying to get at?
We're in a good business.
We're in a good business, and I used to say this business is so hard. I used to be like, you got to grind through it. It's like, you put massive action, work a ton of hours, and challenge all these objections, and we're just going to be able to like get through this, persistence and just like grit and grind it, But I was like, I just changed my perspective recently. Like, what we do is actually pretty easy. If you think about it, we really just sit here and we either talk or we write. And we help and we get paid. Some of us pretty really well too. Okay, so I just want to share with you guys, I changed my perspective here. I think what we do is really easy. And once you start thinking it's easy, then it helps me understand this concept that I want to share with you guys this month. Okay, so what is that concept you guys think is, once you start thinking it's easy, then you start thinking in what way?
How to make it harder so you get better?
Yeah, we do want to challenge ourselves. We do want to set goals and make it harder for us to achieve it, because even though it's easy, there's people who are going to be taking more action and getting more results. So we can still push ourselves in this business for sure. But I guess what I'm trying to get here is something that I usually talk about a lot of times. Okay, because another thing that gives us a little bit of perspective, really, maybe. Okay, so there's a lot of different type of jobs I talked about, graveyard shifts, or like jobs that require you to be in tremendous amount of debt, or like just different things like that. But also, let's not even think about, where we live. Okay, because there's different parts in the country, in the world, where there's a lot harder jobs than this. I mean, some parts of the country, the job is to just survive. It's to walk 5 miles just to get clean water for your baby. So there's the opportunity is not there, and the circumstances are very difficult. There's civil war going on. There's people just get sick of stuff that we just drink water and just gets it out. They can't even do that because it just stays in their body because they don't have clean water to like get them out of their system. So people literally die from just diarrhea, the kids. So we the location wise we're very fortunate, and then also the era we live in. We could have been born in a different time of the world, let's say, where there's just, jobs were probably very difficult back then, I would imagine. There's no internet. You're just born and you're just like, everything was just like, that's what you do. There's no like options. So we're very fortunate to be in this business, not only being born here or be in this business, but also be in this business where we are. So the whole reason I want to talk to you guys about is I want to just have a little level of something going up, which is something that I always talk about all the time. It's really the key to this whole thing. I haven't talked about it in a couple months, which is kind of rare. So what's that word I'm looking for?
Gratitude.
There you go. You guys saw it on the board now? Okay, so let's talk about gratitude, okay? Why is gratitude important? How does it help us?
Stay positive.
Motivated.
Motivated, positive, yeah.
Humble.
Okay. Humbling, yep, that's a good one. Wow. Yeah.
That's not the word you're looking for.
No. It helps you. No, it helps you stay more humble. I actually didn't think of it in that angle, but how does it help you motivated, Mariko?
It keeps you looking forward and not wanting to be in a different position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're happy with. You're happy, so it keeps you looking forward. And then positive, right? Yeah. The opposite of gratitude is like entitlement, or it's like kind of like, oh, like this sucks, like wow, like why this, like boo this, like it's just like just gonna have a negative attitude. And humbling is good too, because in this business really, it's just about attitude, and all three of those things help with attitude. Okay, you get it, right? Because what we do is just talk to people and type to people, and we get paid for that. So on the other side, for them, it's like only thing that determines if they're gonna buy or not is our attitude, really, almost, right? And this job is so much easier if you're in a good mood. And it's so much easier to sell insurance if you have more energy, and you have a good attitude. Like, who doesn't want to feel like someone appreciates them? The customer is going to be like, oh, okay, thank you for calling. Hey, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity here. Okay, can I have your license number? Oh, thank you so much for providing me that to me. And it's just like, oh, this person, I like this person because this person is grateful of my situation. You're going to do tons better if you have gratitude in sales. Customer service, that's obvious too. Thank you for being a client. If they sense that gratitude, then they're going to feel, again, loved, and that's going to help them stay with us. Okay, so in this job, your attitude is everything, and once you have attitude of gratitude, it just makes you better at this job. Okay, you're gonna be more likable, and everything is just gonna work so much better. And that's really what I want to, the whole reason I'm doing this is so you can make more money. So if you have a better gratitude, then we're gonna be better at this job, and if you're better at this job, then we all get paid more for this job. What's another thing that helps with gratitude?
Helps you work hard because you're grateful for your job.
Bingo. Okay, I'm going to use the word activity here. Okay, but that's exactly it, Jason. I think you understand this really well at the situation where you're at right now, because, again, if you're grateful for the job, and then you're going to take more advantage to it. It makes you work harder because you're like, oh, now that we talked about all these different scenarios you have, you're like, oh, this is a good opportunity, then you want to take more advantage of it. A lot of people that, been here, I didn't see, here and haven't worked out are the people who weren't grateful. It goes both ways too. Like that's why I always want to show you guys my gratitude towards you guys, because it helps in business. It helps me personally too, but if it goes back and forth, then you put in more effort, because the more grateful I am for you guys, then I'm thinking like, okay, how can I get more leads? How can I do this? How can I do that? Because I'm grateful, So when you're grateful for something, then you actually respect it more and you actually work harder. And this is the two things, that's the only two separating things that really matter besides time. Because if you have a good attitude, if you have good activity, then it's just a matter of time. Okay, if one of these things isn't right, then it's not going to work out in this business. But that's how simple it is. Okay, and the reason I want to talk to you guys about this is because I want you guys to do good. So having gratitude is really the key to this whole thing. A quote I have here, I guess it's more based on attitude, is the struggle ends when the gratitude begins. I thought that was a really powerful quote there because, there's no reason for us to struggle. There's no, in this business. We have a great opportunity here. We have all the support. We should be grateful for each other. Okay, that's what's another thing we should be grateful for.
Our team.
Our team, yeah, our team. Again, we have different roles, and if somebody wasn't here that last month, then it wouldn't have worked out. Everybody had a role. Everybody helped us out. We help each other stay motivated. We support each other. We're there for each other. We try to make work fun for each other. And then also, we want to be very grateful for our customers. Big time for our customers. I think that's where a lot of businesses lose their way. They get too ahead of ourselves. Maybe it's the humility you talked about. Oh, we're doing so good. We have so many clients. We don't respect each one of them enough. Okay, so let's be grateful for each other, for the opportunity, for our clients, and then great things are going to happen. All right? And I want to leave you guys with one more thing, okay? So let's just pretend that, Farmers Insurance, we're doing a great job. So to all of you guys, you get a direct deposit tomorrow. Okay, so it's for $1 million. How would you guys feel?
Each or as a whole?
Each. Boom, direct deposit.
We're on vacation.
Yeah. Very grateful, right? Would you be like, I wish it was 2?
No.
Would you be like, what took so long? Would you feel very happy?
Yeah.
Pretty damn happy, right? Like you're dancing maybe. Like it's like pretty exciting moment right there. Okay, but there's always gonna be a catch. It's either that. If you take that, then you can't wake up the next day.
Come on.
Does that change the deal?
I'd rather wake up the next day. And
Yeah?
Well, I guess,
Yeah.
better than having $1 million for a day and then, you at least have the rest of your life to make that $1 million, you know what I mean?
Right. So, and I agree with you. So what you're saying is waking up is more valuable than $1 million.
Yeah, then.
Right? So if you're so happy with this, then how come we're not so happy with waking up?
Because you forget about it.
Yeah, you take it for granted. Right? So that's why I want to kind of center us and remember that every day we wake up, it's an opportunity. It's a reason for us to be super happy. Because we get to wake up. It's not I have to wake up. We get to go to work. It's not I have to go to work. It's not I have to make money. It's like you get to make money. So when you look at it this way, every day we wake up is a great opportunity for us to be happy, to be enthusiastic. We should always be grateful. So that's kind of how I look at life, and it's actually making me a much more happier person, which is kind of the whole key to this thing. And the happier I get, the more money I make. So just want to share with you guys. We are very grateful. I'm very grateful for you guys, and let's keep doing this thing together, especially for Jazz and Jaylene this year, and put them in a situation where we're winning, we're productive, and they have an escape to come to work. And same with all you guys too. We come to work, we get to kind of worry about the other stuff that's going on. We get to come to work and be happy and be grateful for each other and our clients. All right, great. Thank you guys.
Thank you.